on the Bossman Show. We have a great show for you playing today, and I have a great guest for you. He used to coach at North Carolina Charter. He was under Coach Roy Williams. Now he's went on got his own job, but you want to see Wilmington out there. Wilmington, North Carolina, in the Great Colonial Athletic Conference. Our man, Coach C.B. McGrath of the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. Coach, how are you doing today, man? Glad to have you on the show. Enjoy talking to you off the air about what you had going on, man. I feel for you.
Hey, it was just another terrific day at the beach. You know, we start school tomorrow. Our guys are in town. We're getting cranked up, ready to go for our season, which is crazy. It's August 15th. We start school August 16th. But, you know, the season starts so much earlier now. We can start 42 days before our season and have 30 practice sessions. So, you know, we're starting practice September 30th, which, you know, back when I was in college, we didn't start till October 15th, 16th, something like that. So the early school year doesn't bother me too much.
I hear that, Coach. Now, Coach, what does it mean that you had this job at UNC Wilmington, been out there on the beach every day in that great environment you have out there with the Seahawks? So what about this opportunity really stood out to you? What made you want to say, hey, this is an opportunity to leave North Carolina and go and take them over my own program? So what about this situation kind of jumped out at you?
Well, you know, I've been an assistant for a long time and been with Coach Williams for 18 years as an assistant. So there's been a lot of jobs that have opened up, and, you know, whether I wanted them or not, I didn't know. But Wilmington was always a spot that I just sort of liked. You know, great place to raise a family. I had a sister-in-law that was the women's tennis coach here, and so we came down and visited a lot. And she always spoke so highly of the athletic department and the university support. And I always saw track, and I liked it's 52 seats, 5,200 seats. But when they fill that thing up, it's a great home court advantage. There's just a lot of positives. I wanted to stay in the state of North Carolina, if all possible. You know, in the coaching world, you can never script where you're going to be or what you're going to do or if you're going to have a job. And luckily, I worked for a boss that was pretty consistent and was going to win. So I was patient, and I wanted to stay in the state of North Carolina. And this was one of the jobs I really wanted. And just so fortunate that Chancellor Sartorelli and Jimmy Bass gave me a chance.
Well, Coach, can you share with us a little bit about the community around Wilmington, and for, you know, some of our listeners who are not familiar with the area, what's it like to be in that part of the state, and what's it like to be on campus there?
Yeah. Well, you know, the school is relatively young. We're celebrating our 70th year in existence, and I think this is the 67th year of basketball. So we're a relatively young school in relation to, you know, all the other state schools around the world, especially the United States. But the interesting thing is our alumni base is still relatively young. So a lot of our boosters are transplants. You know, they've come down here to either retire or business brought them here, and we're one of the only shows in town. There's no pro sports down here. There's no football. So men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, those are the shows in town, and people like college athletics. You know, you want to support teenagers. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what's going to happen every time you come to a game. And these fans come out, they turn out to just show their support and hope to see either the greatest game they ever saw or the worst coaching move they ever saw. Or, who knows? You know, that's the great thing about it. Every game, you turn it on, you have no idea what's going to happen. And these fans show up, they have no idea what's going to happen. They want to be entertained, and we're going to try and put that product out there to entertain them.
And I think, Coach, safe to say, probably, Coach, you're the most popular guy in town right now. Since you're 0-0, the most popular guy in the city is probably you right now.
No doubt. And I keep on saying that I am 0-0. There's 2 columns. There's going to be numbers in both of them. Trust me, I'm not going to win them all. I'm not going to lose them, I hope. But, yes, right now, you know, I've been fortunate. My resume looks very nice. I'm not going to lie to you. And what I did to deserve that, who knows? I was in the right place at the right time. I had a 4-year job interview as a player for Coach Williams at Kansas. He saw enough in me as a player to hire me, and 18 years later, I didn't ever make him mad enough to fire me. You know, it's sort of funny. When you work for Coach Williams, I mean, every day is awesome, but nobody ever asks me when I'm working for him, you know, what makes Coach Williams so great? It's usually when I'm working for him, I'm at UNC, they're like, what happened in this game? What happened in that game? Why did you guys do this? Now that I'm here, like, every question I have is, what makes Coach Williams so great? So it's sort of refreshing. as opposed to defending myself, I'm actually complimenting the man that gave me a job for 18 years.
Exactly. I can only imagine being involved around a guy like that all these years, sucking all that knowledge he has to give you. Like, even it's like this guy is just one of those once in a lifetime type of guys. So let me ask you some, Coach, about Coach Williams. How did he get the guys refocused after that shot against Villanova? Like that, like a gut punch. Like, what was the process of getting the guys back this year again and actually winning the whole thing after that gut punch when you seconds away from winning the year previously? Oh, that's a lucky shot. Well, not a lucky shot, but a shot just was real. I mean, we made it. So how did Coach go about getting the guys' mindsets back to get ready for another year to attack it and get the job done this past season?
Yeah, you know, I think we gave him some time, just to let it sink in. You know, it was the first time that group had been to a Final Four, and you know they were proud of that. And the way we lost makes you feel devastation, and so you got to give them some time because you want them to be proud of what they accomplished. You know, ACC regular season champs, ACC tournament champs, national runners-up with an unbelievable game, an unbelievable shot. You know, there's a lot of stuff to be proud of. You don't want to just always focus on that shot that lost the game. And so Coach would use it every once in a while just as motivation. Our guys were pretty focused. You know, they came back determined. Nobody gave us a chance. You know, it was Duke's team to win it all, the unstoppable bunch in Durham. And, you know, we had our ups and downs like every team does, and we had some young guys that came in, and we needed them to play at times, but we had a nice veteran bunch. You know, Joel Berry was our rock. He was our leader, and a lot of talent around him. And Coach just basically used it when he thought he had to. He didn't pound it into him. He didn't have to use it much, but just at certain points, he said, "Hey, you guys remember how it felt." You know, and that's basically all he had to say. Because as soon as you say you remember how it felt, we all do. Staff members, fans, managers, alumni. I mean, you name it. You know how you felt when that shot went in. And but they were a focused bunch.
Now, Coach, bringing it back to your program, in recruiting, JR and I like to talk recruiting when we interview new coaches and coaches prior to the season. What kind of guys are you going to target to bring into your program? And do you feel recruiting at the high major level for so long will help you immensely at that mid-major level, even though you're still in that same state competing for some of the same guys with your previous program?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, recruiting is what it is. You basically have to find kids that you think you want to coach, and you start building a relationship with them and find out who's important to them, build a relationship with those people, and if you see it being a fit, if you see what their answers are fitting your program, you go after it. And does being at the highest level, recruiting the most talented kids in the country help? I don't know. You know, every single recruiting situation is different. I've never had two of the same. And I think that'll be the same way here. Now, are they similar? You know, like, okay, well, this kid's from a one-parent family. This kid's from his grandmother raised him. This kid's from a married family. You know, like they're very similar, but it's about building relationships and seeing if these kids fit into what we want. And at Wilmington, for some reason, I knew what type of kid could be successful for Coach Williams and in his system. And when I go out and recruit now, I know who's going to be successful in my system just because it's me. You know, I didn't know originally who was going to be successful in Coach Williams' system. You had to learn that I learned over 18 years. So my assistants are trying to figure out exactly what I'm looking for. And, you know, you can try and tell your assistants what you're looking for, but they're going to eventually figure it out after recruiting 5, 10, 15 kids every year and knowing who I pinpoint. And I don't know who I pinpoint. It's just a feeling. You know, it's just, hey, this kid gives the right answers when I talk to him. His family gives the right answers when I talk to him. And obviously they have to be talented enough to play in our league. You know, it's all about winning your league. It's about getting the NCAA tournament. It's about trying to advance every March. And luckily, we've had some pretty good success in terms of I feel good about where I stand with my top recruits. You know, they're coming on visits. They seem excited. And that's about all you can ask. And, you know, that's no different than any other school you're at, whether it's North Carolina or UNCW or, you know, a Division III school. If you feel good about the people you're recruiting and you got a good chance, you feel good.
Yeah, Coach, kind of like how I just picked John's field thing. I feel like he was a good guy for him, so I picked him as my co-host. You know, it's a field thing.
He felt good. So you had to recruit him then, though. I mean, he had to say yes.
Yeah, he had to teach me everything.
Yeah, I did, literally. I taught him everything like he knows my radio. Literally, I taught him my radio on the fly. Now, Coach, let me ask you about non-conference skills and coaching. In Being a Carolina coach, you have a lot of different schools you can play in South Carolina, Virginia. It's right near your university. So you be going for the high major games, the money games. You want to get some 2-for-1s in your place, or you want to play those tournaments, the holiday tournaments like the Atlantis or Maui. How you see it going at the non-conference scheduling for your team, especially in year one and after this going forward? How did you get to make your own schedule?
Yep. Yeah, year one was a little difficult because I got the job in April, and I had to find all of our non-conference schedule. And at the highest level, they're pretty much done. You know, like I called North Carolina, their schedule was done because I want to play Coach. I know Coach will play me. You know, that's a nice little added bonus. So we had to concede a lot. We had to play on the road a little bit more than I want to in year one. But year two, things are, you know, I'm working on that now. And I want to have a nice mix. I want to play some high majors. I want to be in a tournament. I want some guys coming here. We have some return. So we conceded to go on the road at Davidson, at ECU, at Greensboro. So they're all coming back. So we're going to have a nice little home schedule my year two. And, you know, Coach Williams said, you know, which year works best for me? Does he want me to come down there 18-19 or 19-20? And I told Coach, I said, Coach, you can come down whenever you want. I just want you to come down. So he's eventually going to come down here. We're going to sign a contract, and we'll have UNC in the building and Trask there, and I think it'll be a pretty popular game there.
Now, Coach, you know, just to touch back on Coach Williams for a brief second, you know, to have been a player for Coach Williams, a coach underneath him, and having spent so much time around him over the years, have you seen an evolution to Coach Williams and the way that he coached from as when you were a player to when you were on his staff? And if so, what was that evolution like?
Yeah, I mean, he never ceases to impress or amaze me. He's very consistent. So we run the same stuff. You know, a practice plan when I played in 1995 looks the same or pretty darn similar to a practice plan from this year. There's going to be nothing on there that I wouldn't recognize. In saying that, he's definitely cut back. He deals with the student athletes in a different way, which you have to. I mean, there's social media everywhere. There's cameras everywhere. There's phones everywhere. You know, nothing's private anymore. Whatever he says, even if it's in the locker room, it's not private. And he's done a great job adapting to that and adapting to kids. And I would think that's hard, you know, for somebody being that successful and knowing why they're successful. You know, he could motivate us when I was younger. He still tries to motivate the guys now, but we've learned that you got to be self-motivated. It's all about the kids. You know, if they have character and they can motivate themselves, you're going to have a lot better chance to win as opposed to you always being the motivator and being the reason why they're trying to win. But yeah, he has evolved. Maybe the stuff he runs has not, but still nobody can stop it. I mean, he finished national runner-up and national champion in the last 2 years, and every single person knows they're going to run the secondary break. You know, they're going to run a motion offense. They're going to play man-to-man defense. But you still got to stop it, and he's got the guys that can do it. And it's been fun to be next to him, I'll tell you that much. You know, sure, frustrating at times, ecstasy at times, sadness, happiness. I mean, you name the emotion. That's just sports in general. That's all basketball. But I wouldn't change anything that I've ever gone through these last 18 years.
I hear that with Coach McGrath. I tell you what, me and John will be cheering for you guys and looking forward to having you on again in the future, especially when you those big games coming up. We're definitely looking for you November and December, see if we can talk to you again down the line, see where your team's at and how you feeling about once you get those numbers behind your name now, for real, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate it. And come to town anytime. We got that beach close, You can. There's a lot to say about the beach. You'll feel like you're on vacation just one day coming up and supporting us.
Hey, Coach, I'm a Florida man. I love the beach.
Shouldn't have said that. JR gonna be hanging around now.
That's fine. There's no secrets anywhere. You guys can come on up.
Good deal. Coach, they'll take up that offer, Coach. We'll definitely text you off the line so you have our contact information, Coach. We'll definitely look forward to reaching out to you and come and seeing you guys out of Wilmington, man.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the time.
All right, folks. See me McGrath here on the Bossman Show, new coach of UNC Wilmington Seahawks. After the break, we have Chris Holtmann of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft, whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft. Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hey, folks, we're back in the Jared the Bossman Show with John Beckler. Was just joined by C.B. McGrath of the UMC Wilmington Seahawks. Then we're going to talk to another new coach. John's so happy, folks. He got one of his Buckeye boys on the show today. Our man, Chris Holtmann, the Ohio State Buckeye basketball coach. Coach Holtmann, you and John are one here. You are synced up, and I'm glad to have you on the show, Coach. How's life in Columbus today, man?
It's great to be with you. Life is good. Beautiful day. It's good to know we got a Buckeye back there supporting us. So it's been great. It's been great.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Now, Coach, how does it feel to be the Buckeyes head coach? I know you probably didn't see it coming in June when I offered to you. He's like, okay, here goes the Buckeye gig. So how does it feel now knowing you're the Ohio State Buckeyes head coach and getting step on the Columbus community now and get these guys back and win a Big Ten title in short order here out under your tutelage?
It's been great. I think it's an incredible university. I think those who know this place, the Ohio State University, have great respect for it. It's a world-class education, incredible facilities. It's located right in the heart of a great state of Ohio. It's been great. We've hit the ground running. We've got a lot of work to do, but I tell you, it's certainly when you get a job in June, it's a surprise because that's not typically when you get jobs. But, man, we've been excited. Our staff has been really excited.
And, Coach, I wanted to get your opinion on the campus. Ohio State is a huge school, and it's got a huge national following as far as sports are concerned. But when you go on campus, at least for me, it almost has that small school feel because the university is kind of centrally located. It sprawls out amongst a large area, but it really does have kind of a small school feel as far as the student body is concerned. And I just want to get your opinion on that, if you felt that at all.
Yeah, I'm learning that more and more. You can tell you spent a few minutes on the campus here for sure because you have a really good feel for it. And I think it's what makes this place special is that you have one of the largest alumni bases in the country, tentacles that reach all over the world, really, and yet you have a large campus, but you have a very almost a family feel within that, and I think that contrast makes it really special to be here.
Now, Coach, as you mentioned, getting the job in June, the July recruiting period right around the corner. How much opportunity did you get to assess the guys on your team before hitting the road there? And also, with you getting the job in June, you got to build relationships with the guys. So, things you've doing with your staff and the team to kind of accelerate building that bond between you guys, knowing the season right around the corner here. We're in August today. October's not that far away for you guys for practice start. So, what have you kind of been doing that on that end of it, too, to kind of get the guys all on one accord with you and the staff?
Yeah, that's been priority number one is been getting to know our guys. And when you get a job in June, you got a lot on your plate. You got to put a staff together. You have to try to catch up in recruiting. But really what can't get lost is spending time with your current players. And I've really enjoyed that. We have a couple older guys, Jay Sean Tate, Cam Williams, and Tata Bates-Diop, who've been here for a few years, that they've just been really, really good. C.J. Jackson's another. It's been great to get to know them and spend time with them. And again, sometimes that can get lost because it's so crazy when you get a job. But it's been really rewarding spending some time with them. I would have loved to have been able to spend more time with them than what we were able to, but we obviously had to get out on the road there in July.
Now, Coach, when you look at the landscape of the Big Ten and the state of Ohio itself, there's so many quality programs in the state. There's programs of new coaches such as yourself. How do you foresee yourself marketing the program to keep the talent in Ohio at home playing for you while also going after guys on the national stage as well?
I think we're gonna be who we are. I think we're gonna really emphasize the strengths of our university. I do think our recruiting will be regional focused, but we will also be able, I think, to stretch nationally in recruiting. the biggest thing we're looking for is Buckeyes, guys that fit our identity and the kind of people we're looking for and the kind of players we're looking for. Really wherever. Our focus is always going to be within our footprint, in particular Ohio and the bordering states. But it's been great. We've been able to sell our vision. We've been able to sell opportunity. We have a great opportunity right now because we're going to be bringing in a large class. And there's going to be great opportunity for playing time here in these next couple classes, 2018 and 19. But it's been great to sell our vision.
Folks, we're talking about Chris Holtmann here, the Ohio State Buckeyes, new head coach here on the Bossman Show. Now, Coach, for those who are not used to seeing you guys play at Butler, where you was previously at, how you see yourself playing with this team this year? Would you kind of put your style you played at Butler on this team, or would you coming in a little later? Would you kind of adjust the schemes of what you have right now, knowing down the road you'll be able to recruit the guys you want to bring in to play your type, the game you really want to play up there?
Yeah, I think we're going to play a particular style, but how exactly we go about playing, could be a little bit different based on our current personnel, and I think that's what we're still, believe it or not, kind of evaluating here because I'm still getting to know our team. So will we play exactly like we did at Butler? We probably won't, but there's certainly some staples that we believe in how we want to play and how we want to execute that will remain consistent from Butler here to Ohio State. Will it be exact? No, because we have different players and different personnel.
Now, Coach, we often like to talk with new coaches about non-conference scheduling. And, obviously you're kind of thrown into the mix here late in the game this year, but how do you see yourself in the future, getting your non-conference schedule lined up? And what is going to be your intent in setting that schedule? Are you going to be looking for, high-value games, jacking up the RPI? Or are you going to look for, kind of a mix of confidence builders? What's the mindset there?
Well, as you guys know, some of that is dictated on the team you project to have. But my general rule is I would like to provide a challenging non-conference schedule for our players. Sometimes that can be a little bit risky because, listen, the Big Ten's one of the very best leagues in the country in basketball. And we're going to play a heck of a league schedule. So that can be a little scary, but I think the fact that I think our fans crave a really challenging non-conference, and so do we. We enjoy playing that as coaches and players. It doesn't mean that every game is going to be a top 25 program, but we would certainly like to provide some really intriguing games for our fans and for our players in the non-conference.
And, Coach, who are some coaches, individuals who really had a great impact on you personally and professionally to help you get to the point you are at today, being the new coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes?
Yeah, great question. I think anytime, you've been fortunate enough to accomplish anything, you always want to think back to those guys that have really had an impact on you. And, those that have done this know that you steal so much in our business. So I could probably give credit to so many guys that I've watched. I was in a great league in the Big East, and I got a chance to really learn from great coaches there. But the guys that have really mentored me, my college coach, Paul Patterson, I played at a small school, Taylor University in Indiana, and he was a huge influence on my life. And then Brad Stevens, the guy with the Boston Celtics now, has been a friend. John Gross is a guy I worked for, who's now at Akron, was at Illinois. He's had a huge influence on my life. There's been others, but I always point to those three guys. But I've had many others throughout my life that have helps me get to where I'm at.
So, Coach, I'm going to throw a couple things at you. I don't know how much time you've had to get around the campus, but if you like burgers, best burgers, hit the Chop Shop. Have you been to the Chop Shop yet?
Okay. Good. I'm making mental notes right now. I'm driving, but I'm making mental notes. I love food now. Okay. I love to eat. I love to eat. So you and I are on and I'm hungry right now. So you and I are on the same wavelength.
Okay, so you're gonna hit the Chop Shop. There's a place called the Blue Danube, but it's actually the Dube. They call it the Dube. That place has been around since like the 40s. Okay, so you hit that place up, and then Buckeye Donuts. You hit Buckeye Donuts, you'll be good to go. Okay, I'll catch you. Kind of 24/7 on that one.
I've driven by Buckeye Donuts probably 10 times, and every time I've driven by, I've said, as I'm driving, man, I gotta stop in there. And I've exercised self-control every time, but one of these times it's gonna get me, and I'm gonna be overcome by my need for donuts, and I'm gonna pull in there and have a few. Yeah,
listen,
self-control sucks, Coach. I'm going through it right now.
I got JR on a strict diet right now, so he's not really real happy as far as the food choices are concerned.
Yeah, self-control is not very fun. I'm with you. I'll enjoy a few of those.
I hear you. But Coach, I tell you what, I told you, Coach John has your back. Coach John's a Buckeye man through and through. He loves his Buckeyes. So I told John, for him, I'll get you on the show because John loves him some Ohio State, and I got it done for him. You've been great, Coach, tonight here on the show. We really appreciate your time tonight. Look forward to seeing you guys play this year.
It's great to be with you guys, and I enjoyed talking with you. And like I said, I love it knowing we got a Buckeye down there that's supporting us. So appreciate being on the show, and go Bucks. And you guys have a great one.
All right, folks. It's Chris Holtmann here on the Bossman Show.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft, whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft. Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Album is available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consultant, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
We're back here on the J.R. the Bossman Show. Had a great show for you today. So far, we've talked to C.B. McGrath, the new coach of the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. Talked to Chris Holtmann of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And now we're talking to the new coach of San Jose State Spartans. Spartan up.
That's right.
John Prioleau here on the Bossman Show. Prioleau, how you doing today? I know you've been busy. I'm glad I can get you off the phone to talk to your new twin, the JA twin, John Beckler, here with me tonight on the show. How's life, man?
Life is moving pretty fast right now. I just want to thank you guys for having me on the show. And it's been moving really fast. I've been on the phone basically all day. I'm not in San Jose right now. I'm back in Colorado trying to help my wife, trying to pack up the house and things of that nature. And in the same time, trying to, just make sure things are moving along at San Jose. So I've been on the phone all day.
Coach, I mean, how many times did you get the phone to charge you, man? I mean, the charger has to be like working OT with you, man. With all the calls you're getting, texts you're getting, you're the happiest man in San Jose. People always want to get in contact with you. You're the man now, so your phone probably blowing up all day long, Coach.
I tell you what, the phone is blowing up. First, I want to thank President Papazian and our athletic director Marie Tewitt and the advisory committee for allowing me this opportunity. It's a great opportunity. I feel blessed. And I feel very thankful and thankful to Spartan Nation, because now obviously we're going to try and push this thing to the next level to the best of our ability. And yes, my phone has been blowing up. I mean, ever since it was announced, I think I have over probably 300 text messages. Now, that's probably congratulatory to, hey, Coach, can I be on your staff? I mean, it's been, and all in between. But it's been moving pretty fast.
So, Coach, I want to ask you something. Now, Coach, can me and John be like your hype men? Can we be on your staff as Coach Prioleau's hype men? Can we get the job as your hype man? They take some of the calls for you? Be your official radio host of your program.
You're going to be the hype guys. You guys can screen all the calls, take them in. Yeah, hype it up. Yeah, that'd be great. You just have to have a plan for that to be able to pay you.
Well, this also comes with an added service. So like pre-game, post-game, we'll be behind you, and we'll be your hype guys behind you. So if you're doing a video interview on the court, we'll be behind you, kind of like throwing up hands and holding up signs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
A little extra.
What about you mean like a band? I mean, you guys gonna have like the band and the bass guitar, and I mean,
we can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be great.
And Coach, we throw in for free our ultimate hype man, J.C. Smith from Memphis. Our ultimate hype man. He's hyper than we are. Okay?
Yeah. he's actually an MC. Like he goes out, he does MC. He MCs events. So that you want a real hype man, that's where you go.
Now, Coach, I tell you what, so far since you've been out there in San Jose being the coach, how's the community really embraced you and your family, you and your wife Janelle out there, man? And what have you seen so far in your few moments there to really say, hey, this is the right spot for me?
Well, I mean, in terms of embracing us, yeah, it's been tremendous. I mean, just the athletic administration's been unbelievable. You know, in terms of getting like real estate agents hooked up with my wife and myself, trying to take us around, trying to make us feel as comfortable as possible. I mean, it's an urban campus, which is great, which I love, because you have so much ethnicity, and you have just a great cultural base as well with its diversity in that respect. So, I mean, it's been great. I love it. Just walking around campus. I was there for a whole week last week, and just walking around the campus and seeing all the different cultures and different people walking around, I think is great. And I think just the city itself, we haven't dove into the city itself yet because we haven't been there long enough yet. But just the athletic administration has been very helpful to me and my wife.
Now, you've talked a little bit about, this evening, making the trip back to Colorado, helping your wife, coming back into San Jose, spending some time there previously. What do you feel has been the biggest adjustment for you, not only off the court, but, on the court? You were a longtime assistant. Now you're being named head coach in charge of leading your own program. Right. What's going to be that adjustment, for you?
You know what? I don't think there's going to be much of an adjustment because I was the associate head coach at Colorado. And Coach Boyle kind of groomed me for this position, and actually all the coaches that I coached for. I mean, Coach Crean, who used to be at Indiana, Jim Christian at Boston College, Mark Turgeon, who's at Maryland right now. So Greg McDermott, who's at Creighton right now. So I've worked under all of those guys. So I think I've been groomed for 18 years. To be honest with you. And I think probably the biggest thing right now is just trying to get organized in a very short amount of time. That's probably the hardest thing right now. It's not conventional. Usually these things probably happen in April, maybe as late as June, where at least you have a chance to at least put a staff together, then go out and recruit during the July period. And then you can kind of ease your way in. By that time, you've probably found a place to live. So all of that's happening right now for me in 2 weeks, and having to re-recruit the current players because, I'm sure it's well documented. I think last year there were probably over 700 transfers. This year it might be close to about 700 transfers. So when usually there's a coaching change, there's always an issue in terms of guys maybe thinking they want to leave and explore other options. So the first order of business was to recruit, 13 guys or 12 guys, because we actually have a scholarship available. So 12 guys I had to re-recruit right away, either on the phone or in person, before summer school let out. That was probably the hardest thing.
And now, Coach, speaking to recruiting, I know you got there late. I know this is way late for you getting the job. So looking ahead, you got the guys you want to have back. You try to get those guys back on the roster. You did that. So going forward, who are the type of guys you want to recruit to your program, and you feel that the recruiting at the high major level will help you, those kind of friends, high level major guys who may not get the high major offer, but they come to you guys and you on the major level and play for you and be in a good spot, San Jose, network, Silicon Valley, and kind of have that degree behind their names. Like, hey, you went to San Jose State. You're a smart guy. You might help us out here. So the whole package with student athletes, you feel like the whole thing you can sell to guys who may want to play out at a high major, but know that, hey, you've been there, you can help them out. Would you think they'll get guys come your way?
Well, in recruiting, I think a lot of people get caught up in 4-star, 5-star recruits. And not to say that doesn't help, obviously. It always helps to have very talented players. But I think it's been pretty well documented, especially at Colorado. We've been able to do it with guys that aren't necessarily 4- and 5-star guys. We've been able to do it with 2- and 3-star guys. So when you say try to recruit high major players, it's more about recruiting high major character kids that just work hard, have great work ethic, embody the core values that we're going to instill in our program, which is, respect, accountability, passion, integrity, discipline. I mean, we want those type of kids to be in our program. And if we do that, we will have success on and off the court. Silicon Valley speaks for itself. There's a lot of diversity there. Like I said before, it's the tech capital of the world. So you have all these businesses that we can tap into that hopefully would want to be a part of our Spartan family. And there are actually more, I think, SJSU graduates that work in Silicon Valley than anywhere in the world in terms of universities and working in that region. So there's a lot to sell. And at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that we're getting kids that also value, our core values. And if we do that, we'll be fine.
Coach, just to spin off the recruiting topic a little bit, I've always been curious to know how much of the recruiting process is similar to a non-athlete selecting a school. So, for instance, right now I'm going through that selection process with my daughter. We go out, we look at the different schools, and much of that decision is made on how comfortable she feels at that particular university on campus. Is there how much of that is involved in the student athletes process in addition to the athletic program?
You're talking about a non-athlete?
Well, I'm saying how much for an athletic student, how much is it? How much does it differ from an athletic student to a non-athletic student? So, for instance, how much of the
in terms of choosing a school?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference because, you have athletic student athletes. You have kids that are not there on athletic scholarship. They might look at things. They're going to look at it a little different, but in the same breath, they're still trying to get an education. So, for a non-athlete, they're probably looking at the student body, where the school's located, and ultimately probably whatever they're going to major in. Hopefully it coincides with what they want. Hopefully that school has that major. When it comes to the athlete, they're looking at the same things, and then hopefully on the athletic side, it's a system that works for them. It's a coach or a coaching staff that looks at the game the way that player would like for that to happen with their career. I think those things are crucial when it comes to athletes and then choosing the school. I think just academically, both are looking at it, I would think, for the same reasons. Is there diversity? Is the major there that I would like? Where it's located. There's a plethora of things and reasons why kids choose schools. I don't know if I'm answering your question.
You are, Coach, absolutely, and that's exactly what you just said was what I was driving at, was how much of it is similar, because like you said, there's such an array of reasons why people choose to go to a specific college, and I just wondered if those things played into a student athlete's choice in addition to the athletic program.
Yeah. I think they go hand in hand. I think that, and conversely, there's a plethora of reasons why people transfer, which, is well documented, right? So
right, I agree.
There's a plethora of reasons that it can be. So, but no, you're right. I think both things coincide with one another. And then on the athletic side, you're taking all the things that a non-athlete, regular student would choose, and then you have to look at, okay, well, who am I going to be playing with, and do the philosophies of that coach and that program coincide with what I would like in terms of, my development as a player.
Folks, we got John Prioleau here on the Bossman Show, new coach of the San Jose State Spartans. Spartan up, people. Now, Coach, what you were able to get there late as you did. So this year, when you played this year, will you be kind of playing to your roster, not really playing your style that you may want to play after you've been a coach for 18 years as an assistant? You probably don't be playing the side you want to play, or you just kind of just adjust to what you got and kind of learn as you go to kind of figure out what you really have, to figure out what's the best way for this team to attack these teams you're playing on your schedule this year?
Right. Well, I'm not the type of coach that's going to put a square peg in a round hole. So I think the mark of any coach is to be able to transform and evolve based on what you have. At Colorado, I was there for 7 years, and we had probably like 6 or 7 different offenses based on the team that we had. So that's how it's going to be, at San Jose State, and I'm just going to try and work with what I have. We only had really 2 workouts, and that it's hard to say, all right, well, this is what our team is in 2 workouts. So, school starts next week. We're going to start right away, which we are behind because most schools are putting in their offense and defenses in the summer. So we are behind in that respect. So I'm going to have to kind of double dip and do a lot more 5-on-5 and try and work offense and defense at the same time, which is doable. It just has to be done right away rather than a build-up.
Now, Coach, JR has burned through all of his NCAA eligibility, but he is deadly from beyond the arc. So if you need a 3-point shooter, you could potentially bring him in for, scout team maybe. I still have some eligibility left. I'm a post man. I can be down low. Probably not going to be too good against some of those young kids banging down low, but he is deadly.
Well, I'll tell you what. Both you guys are talking about offense, and if you can defend and you can rebound, then you got a shot.
Yeah,
you guys are talking about offense. I need guys that can defend and rebound.
Coach. I will hustle hard, Coach. I will close out hard to shooter's hand. No, I'll do that for you.
Me, man. I'm like J.R. Smith, man. I'll be cherry picking out there. Now, the reason I mentioned JR's 3-point proclivity is because I wanted to get your opinion on just the nature of the game and kind of it seems to me, at least just anecdotally watching the games, lots of guys like to chuck it up from behind the arc, whether it's by design through the offense or just they are such better shooters now from beyond the arc. They do it from the time they're at a young age through AAU, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of great shooters in the college game from the 3-point line. Is that something that you see changing in the future, moving the line back, altering your game plan? How do you work the 3-ball into your coaching repertoire?
We're going to play inside out. We're not going to play outside in. Even though the NBA drives everything, and that's the new age, is to kind of shoot more threes or get to the paint and score layups rather than mid-range. That's more of an NBA thing. I know there are a lot of colleges, and everything trickles down. So, yes, you're going to have colleges that are going to try to start to shoot and play that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Our philosophy is going to be playing inside then out. So we want to attack the paint. And once we attack the paint, either off of a post feed or dribble penetration, we're going to get something good out of that. And the ball has to reverse from side to side, first side, second side, third side. That's kind of a universal thing no matter where you are. If you're just coming down and trying to score on the first side of the floor, you're probably not going to score as many buckets, or you're not going to be as efficient as you need to be. But the real tug of war is exactly what you just asked is, are you going to shoot more threes? Are you going to be, let's try and shoot 50 threes a game, as opposed to, hey, let's establish inside, try and get them in foul trouble, and then play inside out. That's the ongoing battle with everyone right now. But we're going to play inside out. That's not to say that we can't come down and shoot a three, a wide open three. If a guy's hot, you got the green light, of course, shoot it. But that's not going to be our emphasis. That's not going to be our emphasis.
Now, Coach, final one for you, Coach. who are some guys, person professionally, who's really helped you out in your career to get you to the point you are today as the head coach of San Jose State Spartans? I know a lot you've been coaching, the living coach you mentioned. What are those guys mean to you, and who's some other guys that meant something to you to help mold you into who you are today as a coach?
Coaches or players or both?
All the above, Coach. Wherever you want to go with it, man. It's on you, man.
I'll tell you what. Well, I mean, my high school coach, John Mazziata, my mother, my brother, my sister, we're going way back now to the family unit. But my high school coach, back then it wasn't as much AAU. It was more just club. I played in New York City all the time, so I played at Rucker Park all the time. So, guys like Lincoln Sessums, Jim Couch, who's famous. Anyone that's been around basketball long enough, if you've gone through New York City, you know who Jim Couch is. But my college teammates, college coaches, Nick McCarchick, Paul Hewitt, who actually used to coach at Georgia Tech, Dave Spiller, John Fitzpatrick, all of those coaches from college. I mean, there's so many people. Bob Hill, who used to coach the Spurs before Popovich, and then he coached the Indiana Pacers. I actually tried out with them. They were my first NBA team I tried out with. Wasn't drafted at all, but went there as a free agent. I was the last cut of the team. I think the season started like November 2nd. They cut me like November 1st. And then ironically, like years later, when I got into coaching, Bob Hill was the coach at Fordham, which is my alma mater, and he actually hired me. So he's the first coach that ever cut me, and he's the first coach to hire me. So, I mean, he's a big influence. You got, like I said before, Coach Boyle, who I just worked for under for 7, worked together for 5 years at Wichita State under Mark Turgeon, who's now the head coach at Maryland. And then all the other coaches I mentioned, Tom Crean, who used to be at Indiana, Greg McDermott, who's at Creighton right now, and Jim Christian, who's the head coach at Boston College. Guys that still have jobs and, are still winning championships or competing for championships. So I've been around a plethora of guys, a bunch of people, players from long ago, players that I played against overseas, leagues that I played in, all of that stuff has gotten me to this point. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
Now, Coach, before we close up shop this evening, I feel like it's my obligation to let you know that being on with JR and I is good for 5 wins during the season, okay? So you got 5 wins under your belt right now. They don't show up until you play the games, but you're good to go. 5 wins. When you come back on during the season, you pick up another 5 wins. 4 trips onto the show probably gets you into the tournament. So really, it's a no-brainer. Your success is already written down.
Show karma, Coach. The Bossman Show karma does not lie.
Yeah, as long as it entails defense and rebounding in that, then we'll be all right. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the other end. I'll
the
be
show karma will do it for you.
It's not going to work. That's funny. Oh, man. That's funny.
That was a test. Coach. I was testing you. I was testing your results.
So I got 5 wins coming to me, and you're not going to play any D, so we're always playing 5-on-4. But we're still going to get 5 wins because I was on the show.
Correct, but look good.
Yes.
Well,
okay.
Show karma gets 5 wins, Coach.
I look good.
Okay.
Yes,
Fair enough.
Coach. Coach, I'll tell you what. Coach, we're definitely watching you because, Coach, we love having you on the show. You're great energy. You got me motivated to want to, stay on my strict diet, start shooting some more jumpers, more than I shoot already, and get ready to come out there on a one-day scholarship for you and give you some 3-pointers out there to get you back in the game out there when you're down. Be your bomber. Get you back in there.
All right. No problem.
Good deal.
As long as you guys get back on
Coach,
D. Well, I know he doesn't get back on D, so if you don't get it back on D,
Coach.
that means we're
Coach,
playing 5-on-3. So we got no shot. You got no shot. We're playing 5-on-3 then.
But see, JR, this is how good of a 3-point shooter is. They won't even let him be in the half-court shot contest around, he's like blackballed from that because he makes them all the time. So they're like, no, you can participate in the halftime show, half-court shot contest because it's a no-brainer. You're going to win. We don't want you. That's how good he is from beyond the arc.
That's awesome.
Coach,
that's awesome.
Coach Prioleau, I'm gonna tell you, Coach Foy at TSU, Coach Peel at TSU will tell you this is all true. They've seen me in action, because we always play pig and I win, and they're the coaches. So
that's awesome.
I will tell you, JR can shoot. Yes, indeed. Well, Coach, I'll tell you what, man. If you're ever in Atlanta recruiting some guys, hit us up. Have you come to the studio and talk to us, Coach. Let us have you right in there with us and have our listeners come meet you. Maybe do a remote for you. I'll tell you what, Coach, we'd love to have you around, John and myself. You're a great guy, man. We love your energy. We definitely train for you this year, Coach, and great luck. Best luck to you. And, hey, man, charge the phone up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'll keep it charged. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, folks. No problem. Because that's Jean Prioleau on the Bossman Show. Next is the Boss Report after break.
All you got to do now is press it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, a Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
All right, folks, you're back on the Bossman Show, a great show for you. We had C.B. McGrath of the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. We talked to John's guy, Chris Holtmann of the Ohio State Buckeyes, which had a great conversation with John Prioleau of the San Jose State Spartans. And now, John, it is time for the Boss Report. Are you ready for the Boss Report, man?
Yeah, I'm ready for it, man. The coaches were great tonight, weren't they?
Yes, they were. They was on point today. It got better. Each interview got better. I tell you what, that's what we want. Progress to show that the Boss Report is going to be great tonight. We hope and see. So, John, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. First story, we got this, John. Skied home, Alabama. Then they freaky down there. John, a judge in Alabama says this. Not letting teachers get frisky with students is, guess what? Unconstitutional.
I'm sorry, dude. That was, I don't know what's better, your singing or the story. Like, that was awesome. That was awesome. Well, that might be the best story intro in 5 years. That might be the best story intro ever. So when he's saying that not the teachers not being able to interact sexually with the students is unconstitutional?
Yes.
Did they cite the specific amendment to the Constitution that is? Like, what? Which
they
one
did
is
not
that?
do that.
Like the right to bear arms, and anything else you want to bear? I don't know. Like, what?
Exactly.
That's crazy, dude. Like, I don't know, man. You would think of Alabama as like a more conservative mindset in terms of, you know, that relationship student-teacher, but apparently that's out the window, I guess.
Yes.
All right.
And a Florida man makes news after ripping son out of school to homeschool him out the teacher. Now let him chop down her colossal cake, saying, quote, well, she don't let me chop her down, so my son gonna be like me. He's gonna be a Florida man for life, future free man for life. You dig?
You got to start him off young, right?
Yes.
So the dad said, since the teacher wouldn't allow his son to have a chop session, he's like, forget it.
The dad.
Oh, the dad. Oh. I thought I was talking about the kid. I was like, man,
the dad was a chop down session. And then took his kid out of school.
I mean, come on, man. Like, there's plenty of other places you could, you know, try to get your session in. Like, hey, why are you? I guess I don't know. Is it really? What's the best way to put it? Is it appropriate for you to be trying to hook up with your son's teachers? Is that appropriate? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean,
I think that's not appropriate, but I think that's like crossing the line of, you know, conflict of interest right there.
Something, I don't know. It just would seem it would put your son or daughter in an awkward position, I would think, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to clarify that we're on the same page there, because, you know, sometimes with the Boss Report, you never know, man.
Exactly.
You never know where you're gonna come out.
Exactly. And we have this. China man is arrested after chopping off 7 ding-dongs with a machete in a sauna after losing a card game.
Whoa. Wait, okay. 7?
Yes.
That's a record for even China man. Like, he went on a rampage, about a year back, but it was like individual ding-dongs, right? So
yes.
My man just went on a ding-dong chopping spree. What kind of cards were they playing?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, what kind of game were you playing, bro? Like, you got to tone down the competitive streak that you got in you. Like, man, I'm assuming they were playing at some kind of club where, like, you know, there's a sauna, shower, locker room area, right?
They was in a sauna. Yeah, they was at the gym playing cards in the sauna. And he got mad, pulled him shit out of his bag, and chopped them all off.
Dude, you don't want to be playing cards with Lee. I'll tell you that much. That's like that's the word on the street at that club. No more cards for Lee, okay?
Well, you will not have a Johnson. You're done.
Or let him win. One of the two, man.
Exactly. We got Kush Chronicles. NBA baller Zach Randolph, a buddy of mine, popped in L.A. for possession of 2 pounds of the Piff Puff greenery.
Dude, 2 LPs, that ain't no joke, bro. Your boy Zach had some weight on him, man. I mean, that's a lot of dope, right?
Yes, a lot.
So, I mean, this is my personal use is like anything under an ounce, right? As far as I know.
Yes.
So, if you get popped with anything over an ounce, you're looking at some criminal, like some felony charges. And
felony, yes, it's felony.
Man, I hope everything works out for him, but that's a bad decision right there, man. I don't know why. Like, see, this is what happens, right? No, like I'm sure that he had no, you know, ill intent, you know, but when you've got a lot of money and you can afford to buy, you know, a lot of dope, then that's what you do. Like, you just, you know, he probably was giving it to whomever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
probably his homeboys or something, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's not like he was, you know, out, you know, breaking it up into nickel and dime bags and selling it on the street. He was using it for him and his crew. So I understand it from that perspective, but you got to be careful with that, man. Like, you got to have somebody else roll with that.
Exactly. And we have this Florida man is arrested after Stone Cold telling the pastor and deacons doing the fellowship portion of communion.
During the fellowship portion. Like, it wasn't like after the homily or anything. It was like, I'm gonna wait till the fellowship part of this program. I'm gonna show these fellas what it means to have some fellowship. Like,
Stone Cold stunned them all.
You can't make this stuff up, man. That's just like
I wish I could have saw that.
It's just like, you know, it's so funny too because, like, I know. Okay, coming up, you see fights like schoolyard fights, barroom fights, you know, girlfriend, you know, fighting over a girl fights, whatever. And it's always funny to see different dudes' fighting styles, right? Like, you can always tell the one dude who's watched too many kung fu movies, right? Because he comes with some kung fu that you only see in movies, right?
Exactly.
Or you see dudes like bust out the wrestling moves, like you can tell when you see him fight. Oh, this dude's been watching too much WWE, man. Like, he's breaking out the wrestling moves, you know. And then there's always that one dude who, you know, like, he had older brothers, right, in the neighborhood, and they used to always just beat him down and beat him down and beat him down because he was like hard. He might have been a small dude, but he was hard because he got his the ass kicked out of him like every day at home, right?
Exactly. And man, like I said, we had a pastor get clotheslined the last report, and this guy got Stone Cold. These guys got Stone Cold stunned off the community.
I think I kind of want to see, like, I would want to see the clothesline. I think more because like when you clothesline a pastor, like if he's got the robe on, like you would see like the robe kind of like flying, and it would be
remember he jumped over the pulpit and clotheslined him.
Yeah, there was some velocity behind it. It wasn't like he was like bouncing off the ropes and came at him, right?
Yes.
Man, it's fun to talk about though. Like if you go back to the conversation we have about just different dudes, different fighting styles, right? Like it's funny to watch dudes fight sometimes because you can kind of tell, like you can kind of tell how they came up.
Exactly. And we got this Mike Vick's wife hits him with a sex ban over Colin Kaepernick Afro comments.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's just it's terrible, right? It's like that he got. It was a harmless statement to make, right? I mean, it wasn't that bad, was it? You tell me.
He should have said it because, like, he pretty much said he has to have a different appearance to get a job.
I mean, was that what he was implying, or was he just saying like, dude, like clean yourself up? Like, look, if I rolled in to the studio someday and I had like, you know, super long Jesus hair and I was growing a beard and I looked like hell, and you know, you didn't want me around guests looking like that, you'd say you need to clean yourself up, right?
Yeah, you're right. You see, but with it being so toxic right now, it kind of went south on Mike, and kind of like he would have been better not even bringing it up, because it kind of went south on him. His wife was mad because all the negativity came back up about what happened to Mike. Because when Mike said something about Colin Kaepernick, all their wounds came up, and his wife was like, "Nah, for them comments, you get no booty."
But well, then that's a travesty right there, I will say for sure. But he went through his own stuff. Mike did. I mean, he used to rock the cornrows, and he used to be looked at. He was like the poster child for, you know, what, you know, negative comments about the black culture in sports, and you know, the negativity that would come at players was directed at him because, you know, of that hairstyle. So he's maybe speaking from a perspective of having been through it.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing for sure.
Like you said, though, it's toxic, though. I mean, anything you say is going to be, you know, the situation is to the point where anything you say, good, bad, or indifferent, is going to be, you know, looked at under a microscope. So I understand what you're saying.
You got that right. And with this Dirty Dog Diaries, Mary Baller Amari Stoudemire is being sued by Miami Side Piece over an extramarital seed.
I don't think I've ever heard it described as an extramarital seed. Like what? Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Amari, he kind of had. I don't. His career was kind of a disappointment. Would you say?
Yes, knee injuries and going to the Knicks do it to you.
knee injuries and the Knicks will get you every time.
Exactly.
It's like the Kardashians, right? You hook up with a Kardashian, man, your career is over.
Tristan Thompson's gonna be going down real soon.
Now, you remember Damon Stoudemire, right?
Yeah, I sure do.
Now, he had a nice career. You know, there's a Stoudemire that made it happen.
Exactly. His spelled with an A too. It's even better.
Right.
He's Stoudemire with A. We got SOL. California mud butt burglar arrests after fell into flush toilet after leaving DNA evidence in from his logs.
How would you like to be the crime scene tech that had to take care of that assignment?
Exactly.
Hey, Jimmy, we got a job for you. Big breaking case. We're going to need you to head over to the crime scene and collect some evidence. Oh, yes, sir. I'll be right there. I really want to make it happen. I want to make you proud, Chief. He shows up, and they're like, yeah, it's in the bathroom. Oh, what is it, blood? Semen? No. It's a log. It's in the toilet.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Man, Chief, why'd you send me on that mission? Terrible. And then, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe he didn't forget. Maybe he tried to flush it, and it just, you know.
The toilet was broke.
Maybe it didn't go, you know. Like
exactly.
What do you do at that point? Are you reaching in there to get it, or like you just roll the dice?
I was gonna roll the dice. So I would have tried to get some bleach or something to overthrow it to break down its contents.
You're definitely gonna roll the dice if you're trying to rob BSA Atlanta.
Exactly.
You ain't reaching in that toilet, bro. Well, actually, JR, I might correct myself. That might be the safest toilet to reach into because it ain't never been used.
Exactly. Exactly. Led by the crap counselor, little love that can give you counsel all your crap. It's the crap counselor.
The cleanest toilet in America, right there.
Exactly. Don't even need the custodian. That was never used. Oh man, here we go, John. We got, baby, won't you come my way? Your ass gonna pay. Fetty Wap is suing associate who for double dipping on him over $500 after he quit messing with her and giving her the sausage. She stole money from him, and that ain't court.
So he was hooking up with the chick, right?
Yeah, his associate assistant, whoever she was.
Okay, so he had like a personal assistant or something, and he was hitting that. And then after he stopped hitting it, she was taking him off her money because she had access to like his accounts and whatever. Listen, man, that's your own damn fault. You should have changed your passwords, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, I understand you don't want to get robbed or anything, but you know what happens when you mess with women like that.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
I mean, I feel for him. I feel for anybody getting their money taken, but you could have seen that one coming, bro.
Exactly. We got Are You Dumb? 9.1 million billionaire Roman Abramovich divorcing wife with no clear prenup, which means she got $4.5 billion for giving him some of the kill.
4.5 billion?
Yes.
Dude, that's gotta be a record divorce settlement, right? I mean, I would think. Like, how do you roll into that marriage with no prenup? Like, for real. I mean, okay. We talked about this before on the show. Like, if you have that amount of money, you have access to the best financial minds in the world, the best legal minds in the world. How is it possible that against, I'm sure, legal advice, you chose not to enter into a prenuptial agreement? You could have made it.
That good.
You could have made it like exorbitantly beneficial to her, and just said, "Hey, look, honey, here's how we're gonna do it. You're gonna be taken care of for the rest of your life. Whatever." But man, that is a lot of money, bro.
Yes.
That's a lot of money. Whew.
And we got this. We got Bragg Baller Brand. Mustard Teeth LeVar Ball says he was a potential NFL pro. He used to bench 500 pounds.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in. Mustard Teeth got me, bro. Like, as soon as you said that every picture that takes, those chiclets are just popping out like it's a Halloween costume, right? Like they're just busting out.
Exactly.
Explain to me, just because I'm not. I mean, I am not up to date. I try to I see all the stories about these two, father son. I hear he's a sports parent, so on and so forth, and he's involved with his marketing and all that stuff. Explain to me the dynamic with this guy. What is the deal? Like, why?
He's the ultimate heel. Think of a heel on wrestling.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate heel. Always selling his brand, spewing out nonsense, saying stuff to get attention. He's all about marketing.
Okay, so I've gotten that from seeing him and the stories and whatnot, but is the son any good?
We'll see.
I mean, in the end,
he's a great passer. Great passer. His shooting is questionable.
Okay, I'm pleading ignorance on this. I haven't watched any of his summer league stuff.
Lonzo Ball's a great passer. He's not that fast. Doesn't defend very well. So he's like a Jason Kidd type in the open court, but defensively not there yet. His shot nowhere near being there yet.
He's got some big old ears on him too, right?
Man, that man got doubled up in the ears. My man can hear us right now.
I don't want to try to come on too hard to the guy, but it just seems like, okay, so if this were LeBron and LeBron's father, the situation was the same and it was LeBron. Okay, then you have something to hang your hat on, because clearly he was an exceptional player in high school. Clearly his first year in the NBA, he was going to be an exceptional player. So you could have that grandiose, way about you if you were trying to market him. But it just seems like it falls short, because this young man, not to say he won't be a great player, but you're putting such a high expectation on this young man before he's even played a game. If he doesn't produce, you're going to look like a fool. And
set him up to fail.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Just chill a little bit. Either that, or he's just trying to capitalize as quick as possible, because he knows what's coming. He knows what's coming down the line. Maybe, I don't know.
Exactly. New Jersey man wearing a mask is caught playing in his pants around kids at the Emoji movie opening.
Dude, I don't know, man. There are some freaks out there, man. There are some serious freaks. Like, what? I don't know. That's a disease, right? I mean, it's got to be some kind of mental disease, right?
Yes, I agree.
And I don't know. I don't know. Like when these guys go to prison, JR, right? They're like worse than murderers. Like on the hierarchy of, inmates, they're like the lowest of the low, right? Pedophiles.
Yes.
I mean, that's just, dude. I don't know, man. What do you like? I don't even know what to say about that. Like, it's disgusting, first of all. But I almost feel bad for these people in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't. I don't think they have the control. Like they don't have any way to control that.
You're right. You got that right.
No.
You're right about that. And we got this. 9 ain't enough. At the tender age of 67 years old, Stevie Wonder wants to be a daddy to 12 kids.
Good for him, bro. I say go for it, man. I mean, what's age got to do with it, right?
Exactly, my man. If you're still sticking in that hole, go for it, brother.
Let's just back up to mustard teeth for a second. My man. They're like, I don't even know. Like, it's like a cartoon. His face is like a cartoon, right? It's like a cartoonish type look.
Exactly.
I don't know.
My man's terrible.
You got me on that one, bro.
Hey, I know, right? We got this. Florida crazies, pissed off poultry lovers, destroyed local Chick-fil-A over cold nuggets by, get this, Stone Cold in the workers, the managers, and hitting them all with steel chairs over the cold nuggets and lack of lemonade.
Oh, well, see, now you're saying lack of lemonade. So at first I was like, he's overreacting, but then you said lack of lemonade, and I'm thinking maybe he might have had a point, JR, because, if you're thirsty and you have your mindset on an ice cold lemonade, especially if it's a good one, like a good, fresh lemonade, that could send you off, man. That could send you over the edge.
Exactly. And we have one of your favorite stories, John. Here we go. Florida couple is arrested after coming home to find their 7-year-old son tying up his baby brother and sisters to the dog's house and the dog too, while the babysitter is getting ready to train on by 3 other guys from the local high school.
Jesus. I mean, holy crap, dude. My girl ain't playing, dude. She's not. I mean, woo. Oh, at least he wasn't like one of the kids wasn't rolling around on the floor with gummy bears stuck in his hair, like pretending he was a Roomba or something. Dude, she was. I mean, wow. You gotta be. That takes some. I mean, it's one thing to invite your boyfriend over while you're babysitting. Like, I think parents kind of expect some stuff like that to go down, And some parents probably even say, like, if they know the person and they know the boyfriend, like, it's okay, if he stops by, like, they might know, like, friend of the family type thing. But man, we're gonna have a train run on you, man. That's a whole nother level of.
Babysitter in Florida stories are the best.
That is some whole behavior, bro.
Exactly. Woo! That's good stuff there. We got some more for you. Florida crazies. Ain't-ish dad allegedly sets pregnant girlfriend on fire over a pack of cigarettes and refuses to top him off.
Jesus. I mean, oh my God, dude. I mean, I get it. You want a Marlboro, but, like, ease up on the flamethrower routine, bro. Like, whew. I know, like, you were really looking forward to that Newport after you got topped off, but that didn't happen. So just, roll up to the store and pick up your pack of Kings.
Exactly. Catch me outside. How about that? Catch me on probation. Daniel Brugoli says after pleading guilty to Kush possession and grand theft.
What did she steal? Did it say?
Yeah, Kush, and she stole Kush, ice cold Coke, it says, candy, T-shirts, and scissors from Walmart.
Ice cold Coke. It didn't say just Coke. It said ice cold.
Yes.
So you know she took it out of the refrigerator. It wasn't
The cooler, everything.
it wasn't a 12-pack or one of those warm 2 liters. She took some ice cold Coke. Oh, well, now that's a different story. I mean,
oh my goodness. Okay, we got 2 more to go. Cakes kill. Harlem mother of 2 is dead after getting janky ass injections that poisoned her at the local Motel 6 from a injection specialist named Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets. Okay, so were the injections for like? Is it like to plump your butt cheeks up?
Yes, he pumped in her cement.
Johnny Rockets. Like who didn't see that going wrong? Like what is,
if he's pumping your butt up with some out of a purity jug, it's not good.
Right? Like,
my man syringing out of a purity jug. For real.
He's got a tube like in a tube pump into a tub of Crisco. Like that ain't right, dude. Like stop. Oh, Johnny Rockets, dude. I can't even.
And the final story of the day is this on About Sport. Florida man is banned from beach after passing out sugar daddy business cards to all the women who are in scantily clad 2-piece bikinis and of the color he likes, which is light to dark, he says.
Okay, that's not a reason to get banned from the beach. Listen, he's just offering up service. He's not saying like anything rude to him or anything. He's just offering it up. Like, hey, listen, I will be your sugar daddy, right? Mm-hmm. That's not a terrible thing. Maybe there's some ladies out there who are looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Exactly. I don't know, man. That doesn't seem like a good reason to get banned. Now, maybe did he have all his clothes on?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different story then.
But get this though, he had an iPod tied around his body listening to Future.
Well, of course. I mean, if you're gonna be naked, you gotta be listening to some Future, right?
Exactly. So, John, for close up today's About Sport, what is your take on today's, I would say, watered down tame About Sport today? What's your take on it?
That it was watered down and tame? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
It certainly was not that. So. You try to throw me off my game is what you did. Pre-show, JR is telling me, oh yeah, this report's going to be a little bit watered down. This week's stories weren't that great. Like he tried to sandbag me, and then he comes correct with all these stories about friggin' Lee chopping off 7 ding-dongs in the sauna and babysitters with some trains getting run on them. Like he set this up, just so you know, y'all. He set this up for this has been 3 days now. He's been setting me up on this. He was telling me a couple days ago, we talked about, Boss Report's going to be a little light this week. And then pre-show, he's like, Boss Report's going to be a little light today. Stories weren't that great. And then all of a sudden he hits me with the ding-dong chopper and train running babysitter. Like and everything in between, man. There was all kinds of great stories tonight.
Well, just know I left some stuff out on the cutting room floor. Let's put it like that.
We get mustard teeth.
And I sung twice tonight. For the first time ever.
I don't even know, dude. Like the first story when you busted out some Sweet Home Alabama, I was like, where's this Boss Report going from here? Like if this is where we're starting, where are we going to end up at?
With the sugar daddies in Florida being naked, this is the future.
Jeez. No, it was a great report, dude. Great, man. I loved it.
No doubt. Well, folks, I want to thank our guests today. C.B. McGrath, Guy Thanks, Chris Holtmann, and John Prioleau on the show. John is, of course, folks, check us out, BossmanShow.com, Bossman Radio Network. We are out.
And if you don't know, now you know.
all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft, whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft. Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consultant, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.